we've heard wood knocks. We hear those all the time up here. That seems kind of normal, but I had never heard a smack like this. I've never encountered anything like that up here.
We are at Dow Mountain again. And this time the weather is a lot different. Last time we were here, it was stormy, snowy, rainy, and now it is absolutely gorgeous here. This place is magical. Celery.
IPA.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How shocking was it for you when you found out these things were
real?
real?
Man, I mean, listening to stories, basically, at first I was just like, I mean, I didn't really believe, I mean, I don't know. So as I heard more and more stories, it started to make me question it a little bit more. And then after time went by, and I would go in between belief and then disbelief, because like when I heard the sounds over there and the little encounters that we have, you're like, okay, are they real? Oh, then I'd be like, okay, I think they're real. And then I'll go to like, oh, could they actually, you know, it's like you're always in and out. I mean, even now, like I feel like I'm still teetering in a little, you know, like I still teeter, you know, like, and there's some things that I've heard, and I don't know, I guess I need to see one to really solidify.
We just heard some knocks.
Yeah, we just heard some knocks, and then, you know, then you're thinking about that, like, okay, I heard some knocks, but what could it have been?
You heard some good vocals the last time you were here too.
Yeah,
the first night was, you guys were hearing a series of knocking for a long time, right?
We heard.
And that wasn't recorded.
That wasn't recorded. It's sort of sad that
you guys didn't come here to do Bigfoot research though.
At all. We came here. I mean, it like we didn't really
She
recognize.
read the email.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was not part of the plan.
Leslie's email and was like, oh.
It was just to have a place that was big enough for everybody and the dogs.
Yeah.
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 And then what did you hear the first night?
We were all sitting right over that way. And
Nothing the first night. Like there.
Oh, that was the first.
night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
First night we had, we
Yeah.
didn't hear anything. That's right.
Josh and Laura played some music, some fiddle and guitar, and
Yeah.
and then it was the second night.
Yeah.
That would have brought them.
Yeah,
What
that's
did you
I
guys
was-
hear first? That wasn't recorded. That was the knocks.
Yeah. So there was like, there was wood knocks, and we didn't even know they were wood knocks. That's how green we were to it. You know, we didn't even know.
There was just so much of it. It was just so much happening.
Yeah.
So much activity down in the ravine behind us.
Which is where we just heard the knocks come from.
Right. And so.
And then the sheet metal waving.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have the parabolic.
I know.
Could it be vehicles driving across a bridge? You know what I mean? Like a graded bridge deck?
Yes, there's one of those. I mean, we haven't heard it all day long.
I don't know.
We didn't hear it
No,
last
we
night.
haven't.
Or last night.
Nope.
Yeah.
There's no lights on in here right now.
That's okay. I got my flashlight
I'm
on.
like, which makes it kind of creepy, but okay. So when I was here, this couch was shifted and it was over against this back wall, and I was tucked over in this corner. My dog was sitting over here, and I'm pretty sure I was writing in my journal. They asked, smack sound.
Where at?
It was up against the door. It had to have been the main door. There was no other possible way. I came out here in the morning and I messed with this, but it sounded like my hand can't even do it. 'Cause my
Like an
hands are
open
tiny.
hand smack?
Like an open hand palm smack.
Were you scared?
I was scared shitless, yeah.
How did you react?
I think I just paused and I stood still and I don't think I moved for quite some time. I was too scared to even come up to the door.
And then your mom said you called her.
Yeah.
She was an hour away.
She's an hour and a half away, but I asked her, I was like, can you come up here maybe? She kind of laughed at me, but then I think she realized how scared I was, and I don't know, she asked me if I wanted her to come up, and then I kind of felt ridiculous, and I was like, maybe I'll be asleep by the time, she gets up here, but I was up all night. There was no sleeping that night. I was way too scared to sleep. That's about what it sounded like.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Have you ever had anything else weird up here? No
I
knocks?
mean-
Knocks, whistles?
We've heard wood knocks. We hear those all the time up here. That seems kind of normal, but I had never heard a smack like this. I've never encountered anything like that up here. I just feel like, better.
Oh, yeah. It's garbage.
Do we have more than one thermal?
Hey, right? I get it, guys. Oh, you want to look at the light.
I have a pulsar element both home. So it's going to pick up everything hot. So you can look at the people and they're going to show up quite hot.
This is so cool.
It's just nice to get out, maybe see if you can draw something in.
I went to call her. Oh, that's right. You told me. I called you instead.
It's nice to get out and just thermal around. See what's out here.
So, Leslie, this is the path that goes up to where that guy did his research, right?
There are stuffed animals. I don't know if this is his research specifically, but there are some stuffed animals up there.
No, he talked about that. There being some stuffed animals.
Well, then there's some up there on that trail.
You saw them?
Yes.
How long have they been there?
I think we found this trail like the first couple of months we were here. So that's at least 5. I don't know when he did his research up here. Have to go back and listen to that episode.
Was that Sasquatch Chronicles?
Yeah.
Oh, he was on Sasquatch Chronicles?
Yeah. But I think he said he had cameras over the side that he'd come back and they were messed up.
So he put a severed head in the doll, or severed head of a doll into a box that was covering a camera. And he did that. And once he did that, he said things got bad. And then I think he stopped his research shortly after that.
And then when they could fly a little bit, they put them in groups and they'd run wind sprints.
What's weird about that is I had my obstacle avoidance on.
It shouldn't have happened.
No, because that's what these are. These here. Yeah, and then there's 2 on the back and 2 on the bottom, so it's not supposed to let you get within.
So Wendy and I were sitting out here by the fire after everybody went to bed, and so we walked over to use the bathroom and came back over here by the fire. Wendy went to her cabin. I walked over by mine, and I was just kind of standing out there for a few minutes, and just as I was turning to walk into the cabin, I heard something from this direction over here that sounded like something got knocked over, and I kind of thought, well, maybe it was Jamie because her cabin's right there, and I kind of listened for a minute and didn't hear anything else, and then I just went in the cabin. But yeah,
That's interesting that happened over there.
Yeah, because what's over there? Oh, shoot. Okay, Virgil, your turn.
You want to walk down there where it's
Yeah.
at?
So where are we going right now?
Well, we're just going to go down the hill right here to this stump. This is where I put this Tascam last night. I had one down here, and then one was over on the other side.
One is on the other side where we heard the knocks come from today.
Yeah. So just as we got here last night, the first thing I did was put out 2 Tascams, one over there and one right down here. So this Tascam was laying right here. That's where I put it last night. And then this morning I came down here and it was gone.
Okay, hang on. Let me get this real quick. You had it like this.
Pointing
Here's the view.
out this
And then
way.
here's the view of the property. See, it's up on that ridge. It's pretty steep, what we just went down.
So
Okay.
I came down here twice and I walked all around this looking for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So Leslie, the landowner, she came down here with me. She wanted to know where it was. I figured it was gone for good. And anyway, she walked over here and this thing was laying. It was right here like this. It was laying just about like that. Right here. So
And
I
it
was
was,
the only
and you
one
said it was turned off.
yeah, and it's turned off. So I was the only one that came down here that even knew where this was at. So it got from there to there somehow. And if it wasn't for Leslie
It
finding
was
it,
there.
yeah, she found it. And that's exactly where it was setting. So
Can't trick the trickster.
yeah, I'm kind of baffled on this one. So
So what we heard was down in the ravine, the knocks. And Leslie and her husband all week have been building those and other construction going on. And you had 2x4s laying everywhere.
Everywhere. The whole property. There was just stuff everywhere. Boards everywhere.
And so what we heard sounded like 2x4s, right?
Being hit together
4 times.
4 times.
Right down there where a lot of the vocals have been heard
We
from.
were just talking. Dog was running around the cabin and
Loud and clear.
very loud, very clear.
Yeah.
What I heard on Tuesday was definitely like somebody hitting a tree over this way, and then immediate response, very loud over here.
And that was last week?
That was on Tuesday of last week, yeah. Last October, we were up here doing a lot of construction. We had a bunch of friends. We're all sitting around the fire. Just had sat down maybe like 5 minutes. And I'm sitting where Cleek is. And my girlfriend was sitting right where Janine is. And sitting here just like this. And a wood knock goes right behind me back here. I didn't say anything. I just kind of looked over my shoulder. And my girlfriend goes, "That is clearly a wood knock." And I'm like, I didn't want to say so. But yeah, that's definitely a wood knock. And it was just right back over here.
funny.
Clear as day.
The power lines go which way?
Towards Shelton.
Okay. How far from here?
Oh, I don't know. Gosh, we should go up there. If it clears, I'll take you up there. So here's the
I see them completely turned around.
power lines that we were talking about. See them run down here?
Oh, there it is.
But yeah, you can see Mount Baker.
That. I think it's a dog.
The ground is completely covered in wild strawberries. And these used to be all over Washington State.
Washington and Oregon have the best strawberries.
Last night when I had a guest over, we were sitting by the campfire and We heard a light knock, but kind of brushed it off like it was nothing. And then 20 minutes later or so, there was a louder knock, like it was wood on wood, rock on wood, something like that, and within 100 feet of us. But that's about the time we had said that it's time to go in, and nothing else about that.
Oh, a kite?
What do you got, Virgil?
Screen blipped. There was a.
I know, but it,
Made
just,
it look like
it
a
looked
jump.
like it was kind of like behind a tree.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's right there though.
It's not moving.
Big, small?
Pretty steady.
That's big.
Get it to move.
Get down there. Oh, now it's red.
Yeah, see, so that's saying it's got heat to
It's
it.
got heat.
So yeah, I'm on the hottest setting, so.
Where at?
It's
Oh, I
right
see
here. You see it right
I
there?
can hear it back there. So it's right down the road here.
Oh,
Right on the side of the
Just up the
road.
hill.
yeah, it's right on the side of the road.
Could
There,
be
there was
four-legged,
something
though.
that was right over in here too, and now it's gone. So I don't know what that is.
What did you hear last night from
That.
there?
That knock that I just heard. Except it sounded like it was on the cabin.
Just a knuckle.
Yeah, just like one hit. One hit wonder. It was loud enough it woke me up. Yeah.
Like that?
It
What
sounded like
wall?
it was on this door.
What time?
Thanks.
I woke up and I checked my phone because it woke me up enough that I was like up for a minute. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I kind of giggled. I was like, it's because everybody's here. I'm like,
Oh, this is awesome footage.
You're really serious into Bigfooting, this is the chair that you need right here. So it's a backpack, you take it off, you pull it out, oh, get out of there. Pop, and it's a chair. Okay, so set this up in the shadow of a tree. You pull it up over you, and there you go. So you have ports on both sides. You have one here.
And he did a long research.
in that whole area of
Mason Lake.
Yeah, it's Mason Lake, and then there's a bunch of other lakes like Prot Lake and Tuscahatchee Lake and Lake Malacqua, and there's kind of this like, it's in the Alpine Lakes Wilderness, and it's pretty accessible because you can get there from like the Snoqualmie Pass, one of the main trailheads. So it's pretty popular, but then you can go further in. And that's where I was coming from. I was between two main lakes, like up in the top there. I was with my dog and I had an earbud in and I heard some rocks hit the path in front of me, and I looked around a little bit and I was like, okay, and then I just kept going, and then rocks hit the path in front of me again. I was like, okay, and I took my earbud out and I just turned all the way around and looked everywhere around me. I didn't see anything, and then we just kept on walking, and rocks hit the path in front of me again, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta keep moving. And it didn't happen again, but it was just this one stretch that was like kind of like a saddle, so there wasn't any big trees around us. They were all small, so it couldn't have been a pine cone or something falling down. We were at the highest point, so yeah, that was interesting.
But it never hit you with the
No,
rocks?
it was always right in front of me.
How big were the rocks?
They were little. Yeah, they were little.
Like golf ball?
No, like these size probably, or like gravel, small. But yeah, it was right in front of me where I could see it and hear it, and it definitely caught my attention.
And right over there is Hood Canal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these are.
You know how to handle some meat.
Was full-blooded native. His wife was from Alaska. I think she was Athabascan. So anyway, when he passed away in like 1998, I was given this knife to hold on to. I'm not the owner, I'm just kind of a keeper. And I was kind of told to pass it along before I die. And I was told to give it to a native person. So the only reason I got it was my grandfather was full-blooded Sioux. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, this here is that knife. And it's made of moose hide, and it's been redone, and he made it exactly the way that it was made to start with, and you can see the stitching right here. So this is that knife, and now I'm passing it on to you.
Man, thank you, Merc Trip. Love you, brother.
Let me see this. Hold it out, John. Let me see this. Let me get this case.
How old do you think it is?
That's over 100 years old.
Okay, put it back in its sheath. I want to get it close up. That's pretty badass looking.
I live here on Dow Mountain, just about 100 feet below the summit, where there's not really too many other people. Like the closest activities here about a quarter mile down the road, and one night, or well, one day, I had gone down by the water on my property to kind of dig a trench to allow water into like a low cavity into the ground for a pond next to an outbuilding that I plan on to build. And there was this 2-foot diameter hole that I noticed not too far away from that cavity, and once I allowed the water to go into it, a hole just kind of opened up and swallowed the creek, and this musty smell came along with a swarm of insects, and I kind of just swatted them away, and I threw a bunch of logs, rocks, sticks, and dirt just to kind of plug it up, and it started to get dark, and so I decided to head upstream, but I stopped at a nicer spot that I call my sanctuary spot, just because it's nice, it's pretty, it's tranquil. And while there, I seen something from the corner of my eye dart up the hillside. It looked black, but I didn't see anything after that, and so I kind of shrugged it off, and as soon as I looked forward, that's when I seen these translucent humanoid figures directly in front of me and all around me. I was surrounded by them, and I wasn't too worried about it because I had encountered one before, but that time was a little bit different than this one. This one felt a little unnerving, and my dog came like on alert, and her tail perked straight up, and she ran directly to that cave system that was down by where we were working before, and I thought maybe it was like a wild animal or something at first coming around, and so I had pulled my sidearm and called her back, but we stayed there at the water with these things around us for another 5 or so minutes before I just got uneasy and just went home. And shortly after getting home, nightfall finally hit, and as soon as it did, these branches started breaking around my house. Not twigs or sticks, but 2-inch thick diameter branches within 50 feet of my house, just right along the tree line, and only around my house. And I had fired one shot into the hillside just to see if the breaks would start to move away, but it didn't seem to have any effect at all. And they continued about 5 to 6 breaks every 10 minutes, and that continued for hours. And it was mostly in line of sight with the window that I usually smoke out of, and eventually they started to tap on the side of the house, and then the corners of the house and other walls, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what they were, or if bullets would even stop them, but it was kind of terrifying. The next morning, I had investigated outside just to validate that it wasn't all in my head, and that's when I discovered that the branches were still on the tree. One in particular had a 2-inch thick branch that was at an angle, and then 15 feet above that there was another one on the same side, but there was also a 2-inch thick scribed scratch in a circle completely around my house. It even went underneath the truck somehow, and
Like someone took a stick and kind of drug a...
Exactly. Through the gravel, the dirt, under the truck, everything, and I can't explain that.